Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to see how the flow will be happen in our application. Okay, when a client send a request to our server, okay, server is first of all it will connect it to the database. Okay, it will make a connection beforehand, and it will transfer that request to the app.js. Once it came to app.js, it will go through the routes, and then routes will to controller, and then service models, and then database. In routes and controllers, we can add middlewares like authentication, authorization, input validation. See, authentication will check the server who is this user is, and authorization will check who is this person have specific permissions to do their business action. After checking these things, okay, authentication, authorization, input validation, all those things, so routes and controllers will pass the flow to the next, that is services. In services, we actually execute the business logic. Whatever the business logic based upon our business, we will execute that logic here in service. After the business logic is executed, if it is required to add insert a record in database, then we will use the models. Actually, model is the blueprint of the original collection or a table in a database. You can say that, let's suppose say you are constructing a building. What you will do, you will first take a architecture plan, right, and then you will do the real building. And similar fashion, see, for the tables or collections, we have a blueprint. Okay, that is but nothing but a database schema. Based upon this schema, we will insert a table or a collection, record in this one database. So let's see how we can write the model in the code, especially in our use case. We already checked that our database. See, this is our specific schema we want for the user. Record ID, name, email, password, and role. Simple, right? Let's go and check in the code how we can going to do. See, in your my search folder, okay, so I have another subfolder called models. Okay, in the models we have a specific model, that is user. Okay, so if you see, I'm using the mongoose package in which I'm taking the schema class. Okay, I'm using the new keyword. Okay, and then I am adding, see, all these fields: name, email, password, and role. Okay, so in these fields, if you check, I particularly added some constraints along with this data type. Okay, this is the data type, is the string, 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 all the strings, and I added these constraints. Okay, so it is required mix, min length, max length, and if any spaces, trim it like that. In email, if we see specifically, every user have a specific unique email. Okay, that's why we have added a unique constraint here. If you see, there is a regex here. Okay, it will check this email is in a specific format or not. It says that the rate and dot symbol like that. So otherwise, it will throw these messages whatever we have given here. Okay, okay, please provide a valid email address or name is required like that. Okay, and of course the password, for the simplicity I just given the min length, but you can make it complicated, like you using the match. You can add alphanumeric characters, and max length is 8. Okay, at least one capital, one lower, like that. And if you see the role, this is the important one for us for authorization. Okay, so in the role we have values like enum field, admin, user, and super admin. Based upon this, we will decide the authorization, the specific user have the specific permission or not. Okay, based upon this one we will define that. Okay, by default we choose user. Okay, which has only read permissions most of the time. Let's coming to these fields, a special, fields, I can say. Timestamp, which will add actually created at updated at field in case of insert or update. Okay, they will tell when the record is created, when this is updated, like that. And if you see the strict, it's ignore the unknown fields, which is indicating that, we know already MongoDB is a flexible schema. If any extra fields are given, okay, so we should not want to allow them, because let's suppose it is a garbage, why should we allow? It's waste of memory, right? So that's why we're giving the strict is true. And validate before save, what it will do, before inserting a record, it will check all these constraints are passed or not. Once this all this constraint is passed, then only it will allow record. If you make it false, it will allow to create the record, but just throw a warning, but it will not stop the inserting. So to make it simple, so we do not allowed invalid, record in our collection. Okay, this is about the schema and flow. Okay, in the next video we will do the other things. I mean, if you see our flow, we just discuss about the server and after JS and the model. So we will discuss about the remaining things one by one. Thank you.